Thank you. Our featured beneficiaries this year are the Gift of Life Northeast Ohio. We have used that organization as a beneficiary for a number of years now. And in a little bit, we're going to see a video regarding the Gift of Life from Bob Johnson, past district governor, who is sitting over here to my right, and the Hudson EMS, who is going to give us a demonstration in a little bit on the Lucas device, which is a life-saving machine that we hope to be able to contribute to in conjunction with the EMS outreach, hopefully to be able to purchase one for the one of the ambulances here. And Chief Jerry Varnes is over there on my far right, who is going to make the presentation to us. So those are our two major beneficiaries. As you all know, we also have a scholarship program where we have traditionally cumulatively $10,000 to $12,000 a year to high school seniors, and we're also proud of them. You know how they come back during Christmas break and share with us their activities, and very, very wonderful kids, and we're happy to be able to support them. We also support the service learning class, as you all know. They come here every third Wednesday, tell us about their activities. Many of us participate in a lot of their projects, and the one for March, which many of you are participating in, is the government portion of service learning, where we're going to critique a lot of their talks. So that starts, I believe, this Friday, and there's still a couple of slots if anybody wants to email me and sign up for them. Boy Scout Troop 321, we have Kelly Kaufman here, who is representing the Boy Scouts, and we not only do functions with them, but they help us at the gala as well, and we appreciate that. And you see the cabin there that's on the green, which we have been instrumental in putting a new roof on. That's a few years ago now.
Bert Morgan's on.
What? Bert Morgan on the green.
He was born there. Yeah.
He was born there, okay. Our team captains, Roseanne Drake, raise your hand. There we go. Those are Drake's Dynamo sitting over here in the light blue. Good, all right. Santon Supercellars, where are they? Yay. Over there. Nelson's Nabobs. Come on, Brad. Enthusiasm. Tong's Tribe, Jeff. And George Schmutz. Yay. Yay. All right. That's what we want to hear. Anyway, as you all know, it's at the Hilton Garden Inn, where we've been the past few years. We've been blessed with good weather, so we've been able to use the patio. And it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful affair. And who do we want to participate? All of you. Everybody. So, moving on, the next slide has to do with the packets. James, please. Each of you you all have your packet now? Okay. Yes, ma'am. All right. Whoops, not God Bless America. I know. James, it wouldn't be right if I couldn't tease you. All right, our pocket folders. The first thing you're going to notice, this is on your left side of your pocket. Left pocket has a wonderful new brochure that we have put together, a nice glossy stock brochure that, well, thank you, that Dick. We feel this is going to be a good tool for you to use because it's comprehensive. It tells the whole story about what we're doing. The next thing you're going to see on the left packet is a sample of the donor letters that are going out this week. So one thing that is very new this year, and I think Evan will explain more when he gets up here, he has personalized these. A lot of work has gone into this, guys. So he will explain more about that when he gets up here, and those letters again are going out this week in the mail. Next is the advertising letter. And this is just a sample so that you know what the advertising committee is doing, which is Chris Barker. Jay Yard is helping Chris with that. And they are doing the actual soliciting. But if in the course of your soliciting for donations, you might also want to sneak in, hey, you know, there's an opportunity to advertise in our program, because that generates a good deal of our money as well. And this is actually the donation form. So it's just to make you familiar with what is being mailed or has been mailed out. Your team roster is also, I think we're on the right side now, right? Right side of the packet. So you know who you are, who your captain is. By the way, did you notice on your folders, your captain's name is there and their contact, so that when you have questions, you know, at all, you have easy access to your captains. And then this is your donor worksheet. And this is also a little bit different, everyone. And Evan's going to explain more when he gets up here. He's put an awful lot of work into this. And we are so proud to have a relatively new member being so active and helping us so much with the gala. You also have on the right side 5 invitations, and those invitations are for you to mail to friends, associates that you feel might enjoy coming to the auction. So those were all printed gratis by George Schmutz. Thank you so much for that, George. There are return cards in there and return envelopes. So it's the whole package, guys. So you now can invite friends to come and have all the information on those invitations. And tickets. You have 2 tickets. Each one of you has 2 tickets to the auction. And we have a surprise at the end of the program, which Joe's going to explain a little bit more at various ways that you can actually order and sell tickets. But the old-fashioned way we're still going to do, and that'll be at the end of each meeting. Joe, where are you, Joe? Yeah, Joe will be happy to accept. No, it's Tom. Where's Tom Page? Tom, are you paying attention back there? Yeah, you're the one in charge of tickets. Sorry.
I'm right here.
And you're right there. All right. Okay, so we're going to move into how are you going to use the materials in these packets. And I'm going to ask Jay and Evan to come up and have a little discussion about how to use them. Do you want this?
I think I'll use the podium.
Okay.
That way I can go through my packet. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
You should know that, and you do know, that I'm still new to this organization, but after every meeting, I go away more and more impressed with the good works that this organization does. And so in thinking about the gala, it occurs to me that if we just portray that success and that commitment to the community, we will get a lot of people to participate in our greatest event. I also want to say that I appreciate being put on the gala committee immediately and working with Gail and a lot of others. A lot of good ideas, very, very interesting meetings. And I at least got a chance to think like a marketer. I haven't done that for a few years. So if we just take a quick trip through here, the 4-page glossy brochure, there really are 4 main points, and they apply to the 4 pages. The first page says success, and that's because this is the 32nd annual Rotary Gala. It has to be successful to have gone on that long, and we know it has been. On the inside front page are the beneficiaries. These are really worthy beneficiaries. Everything from the Gift of Light to EMS, and certainly the high school related and the Boy Scout related activities. The third strong point is commitment and endorsement by our community leaders. These are the folks that have built the community of Hudson, and this endorsement is really important. So make sure you show that to anybody that you're encouraging to participate. And finally, the last page says value. It's $90, but take a look at this. There are 2 auctions. There are lots of items. There's a raffle, hors d'oeuvres, open bar the whole evening, a full-course dinner with dessert, and the chance to socialize with a lot of really good people. So that's what this is all about, and it is the whole story in 4 pages, if you will. Now, at your tables, you will find the auction booklet. Now, some of you have 2014 booklets, some have 2015 booklets, but the message is the same. Ron Strobel went to somewhere outside of Hudson and locked the 2015 booklets in his house, so later on we'll have some more of those. But essentially, there are 3 messages here. First of all, look at the vast number of auction items. That's impressive. Secondly, the strong sponsors on the inside front page. That's quite an august list. And then finally, the advertisers. There are some really quality advertisers in here. In fact, here's one from Warfield and Company. Very impressive.
Where are you, Rich?
2 other thoughts for marketing this event would be to use the Rotary website. I don't know how many of you go to it or have referred anybody to it. And if you don't know the address, it's rotaryhudson.org. But on that website will be a write-up of the gala. And plus, the website portrays the image of this organization. So it's a good thing to refer people to. The other one would be the Hub Times. And thanks to Jim Hackney, we have already had 2 articles in the Hub Times. And if you go to their website and enter the word Rotary, those articles will come up. And again, if you're talking to somebody on the phone and you want to have them read more about this event, refer them to that website. And that is, let me see here. It's hudsonhub-times.com. Pretty simple. Now, Gail laughed at this, but in part of our planning, you aren't putting it up there, are you? I started writing down some of the encouraging things about this gala, and also some techniques for marketing the whole concept. And I came up with 6 Ps. The first one is personal contact. Nothing's going to happen unless you personally contact the person that, or the donor, or the advertiser that you want to participate. Persistence. You can't just send the letter. You have to go back once or twice. People like to be asked a couple times. Pride in the community. That's the message. We are so proud to be doing this. Past success. It is obvious that we've been successful. And here's one that Gail loves, penmanship. It really helps to write notes. Send the original letter, send a little follow-up note. Hope you can make it, or do you need a ride to the event? And finally is payment. Nothing happens till you get paid. Final comment. Gail mentioned there is a letter in here for advertisers. Now, that letter will go out to a certain number of prospects. But when you're talking to people, ask a couple questions to see if they might be a potential advertiser. Ask if they have an ad that's already usable. A lot of people have an ad that can just be inserted right into the booklet. And certainly show them the auction booklet and how substantial this event is and how many good advertisers are in there already. If you get a prospect, give Chris Barker or myself a call, and then we'll send them a letter, and we'll follow up for you. So that's what I see. I'm impressed, and I hope you all are. Good luck.
Thank you,
Thanks, Gail.
Jay. I Again, it's absolutely wonderful to have a brand-new member be as involved as Jay has been and contributing so much at our gala committee meetings. Where are you? Past District Bob Johnson, is that going to perform for us, James? I know you were having a little trouble with it. The Gift of Life video. See if he can get it up. You want to come up? Do you want the podium or the hand?
Thank you very much. While we're trying to get that up on the computer there, my name is Bob Johnson. Some of you may remember I was past district governor several years ago during Rich Warfield's year as club president. And I'm here today to tell you a little bit about your connection with Gift of Life and how that fits in with the district level project we're doing. Obviously, I'm first of all, I want to say I'm very impressed with Gail's organizational skills and how this all came together today. This is, I should take notes and take them back to our club because we sometimes flounder with the organization. And incidentally, a plug, our pancake breakfasts are coming up in March. That's what we're famous for. We've been doing it for 66 years. And it starts the 6th. It'll be just 3 weekends in March this year. The last one being Easter. We don't serve on Easter. So get out there if you could. We'd appreciate the support and have a great breakfast up at Burton, Ohio.
Burton,
up at Berkshire High School, right in town, right in the middle of town there. So anyway, we have this project that we've been doing. It's called a vocational training team. We did it last year as a district level project. We're doing it again this year. This will be the second phase of it. And what we're doing is, the end result is we're going to ultimately establish a pediatric heart surgery unit at St. Damian's Hospital in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. There's several other missions and projects going on down there, but we're especially excited about this one. It's a sad fact in this day and age, 2016, that in a country the size of Haiti with their population, that they have no pediatric heart surgery units in the country. If you're a young child born with some kind of heart defect, whether it's minor or major, doesn't matter, it's eventually going to catch up with you and you are going to pass away. So we are going to correct that. This is a tremendous opportunity for Rotary. We worked very hard last year and made a tremendous impact down there. We began establishing the heart surgery unit at this hospital. The vocational training team part is great. It kind of replaced GSE when we went to the new grants model. Remember that 3 years of Future Vision pilot project we had for a while. And this is the 3rd year of the new grants model. And out of that came these vocational training teams, which I'm very excited about. GSE was more or less a cultural exchange, just kind of a visit of non-Rotarians learning about a culture somewhere else. Rotary actually investigated that and decided that they weren't getting a very good bang for the buck out of that. So they switched it to this vocational training team, which I think is fantastic. What we've done, we brought, last year, we brought a team of 7 medical specialists from St. Damian's. There were ICU nurses, pediatricians, radiologists, pharmacist, a biotechnician. This group of 7 came to Akron Children's Hospital and studied for 6 weeks about their processes and procedures. And then when the 6 weeks was over, they went back to Haiti. And a team from Akron Children's traveled down there to continue the training and to set up the ICU unit. It went very well. It was the first stage. When they went back there, the first time, they did 14 heart surgeries and saved 14 young children. Since that time, other teams from Gift of Life have gone down there and done other missions. And at the present time, the net total from all these projects and missions down there is 96 kids have been saved so far. Eventually, this surgery unit will be established. It'll be all Haitians. This year, we're beginning the training of a pediatrician from Haiti, a young woman, and she is going to be the lead surgeon in the surgeries down there when they get the unit established and up and running. It's very exciting. When you see these, I was lucky enough, Gift of Life allowed me to go down to Haiti on one of the missions and see what's going on down there. You know, it's always better if your club contributes a lot of money, you wonder, you know, I always wonder how it worked or what happened or what were the results. But boy, to go there and see it with my own eyes was absolutely amazing. It was a real eye-opener. From all the poverty and destruction in Haiti. Unfortunately, it looks pretty much like the day after the earthquake in 2010. They have a lot of problems, but St. Damian's is funded by a foundation in the United States. They're not connected with the Haiti government, which is probably the biggest positive of the whole thing. So they're doing a fantastic job down there. So I wanted to tell you about this. This vocational training team is a partnership. It's a partnership between three groups, Rotary and Gift of Life, and also Akron Children's Hospital. We've all worked together on this to make this project happen. Your club's generous donations to Gift of Life, they've been a tremendous group to work with. Their mission to establish these heart surgery units around the world. They established one in Egypt that's up and running. They do hundreds of surgeries a year on young kids. There's one in Nicaragua that's still in the process of getting up and running. And we have this one in Haiti, which is probably about, I would say right now, about halfway established. So they're just a great group to work with. Yeah, you can put this on if you want to watch it. This is very short, if you would.
I was asked directly, what is the point of investing in curing a child who then goes back to the same miserable environment that spews out that same illness over and over again? But when is it right when there's a sick child standing right in front of you?
This is Haiti, folks. This is only an hour from the United States.
No matter what happens next, when is it right? In the United States, there's one doctor for 500 people, and in Haiti, there's an average of one doctor for 15,000 people. 13,000 of them are in a lot of trouble. They're malnourished, they're drinking terrible water, they have all kinds of gastrointestinal diseases, they're subject to constant bouts of malaria and tuberculosis and now cholera. There's no state agency that's going to help them. There's no welfare that's going to help them. It's just you and them and the bad news.
This orphanage
St. Damian's
developed
Hospital.
toward the years to become the only children's hospital where we are right now. And now we have a team of over 20 pediatricians and 8 obstetricians.
We built this place with our bare hands. When we moved in here, we started.
Gave me a call out of the blue in 2010, I believe it was, and he had asked me about Gift of Life Northeast Ohio and told me of his involvement in Haiti and asked if we could help him. Once we had spoken, I had said to Jeff the first thing I wanted to do was make sure his hospital was fully supportive of us sponsoring children in for heart surgery. Came upon the idea of using a Rotary program called Vocational Training Team, VTT. Bob Johnson, as district governor, wanted the opportunity to do the first vocational training team in our Northeast Ohio region, and he called me and said, is there any way we can partner with Gift of Life and do a vocational training team? And I was Jeff Kemp and I have built a nice relationship over the couple of years because we both have committed ourselves to make sure over the next decade we can change healthcare in Haiti. And one of the delightful comments that Jeff made that I loved hearing was he said, wouldn't it be great if we get to the point where Rotary International is so sick of hearing from all the Rotary clubs around the country about wanting to do something for Haiti. If we get one Rotary club and then the next Rotary club and then our district and then another district and the districts around the country working on this problem in Haiti, we can change the quality of life there, we can change the quality of health care, and we can do that to the point where Rotary International doesn't want to fund Haiti anymore because they don't need it. It's extraordinary what you can do by giving equipment and support to the skills that are already in country. And if you want to have impact, dollars to this program have extraordinary impact.
Bob, thank you very, very much. That was so good of you to bring that to us.
I just want to say one more thing. I know we've taken probably too much time. Last year, as you saw on the slides, it was a $67,000 project. This year, we've collected from the clubs in District 6630 about $28,000, which we will turn into, through the Rotary Foundation, about $100,000 for this project. Thank you.
Wow.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. While the chief is setting up for our demo, Catherine's going to say a few words about our scholarship program, service learning.
Good morning, Rotarians. Good morning. Brendan Burdett, Allison Evans, Ashley Goff, Haley Summers. I could stand here for the whole time of Rotary Morning and name off names of kids that have been affected by our scholarships. These were just some of the kids from last year. Remember, they were just here recently to tell you about what they did. They're awesome kids. Every year, Dan Williams and I meet and go through scholarships that just make you go, wow. What I wanted to do this morning was tell you, those just aren't names. They're actual kids that you see every day. I want to introduce this one to you. Her name is Jillian. Her mother is my assistant in my office. Before I ever became a Rotarian, Jillian got one of your scholarships. It was exactly 4 years ago. She received the scholarship, went to Kent State. She wasn't sure she was going to go to school. She's real determined, but she was a little shy about going away. She went to Kent State. In 4 years it's been. She will graduate this May with honors, and she already has a job. So that's what our scholarships go for. It helps those kids that really come to us and they're just so excited, and that gives them that little bit of a boost and help. So also, almost every one of the kids that we interview go to service learning. A lot of them are just that service learning gives them, as they put it outside the Hudson bubble, they get to see some of the things that aren't, and we see those on a regular basis. So the scholarships and service learning, just remember as you're going out and selling these, that's what part of this is all about. Thanks.
Thank you, Catherine. And let me introduce Chief Jerry Barnes. And do you want to introduce your cohorts here?
Sure. Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Gail, for inviting me here today. My team here today with me is, this is my Deputy Chief of EMS, Larry Nichols, and my Operations Supervisor, Scott Vargo. They're critical members of our administration and operational team down at Hudson EMS. And we're here today. We were asked to come down and demonstrate the device that your organization has generously offered to partner with EMS Outreach to try to get us one. These are pricey devices that are invaluable. We have one of them, and you may or may not know we have 3 ambulances. And you never know when someone is going to have a heart attack, which ambulance is going to be able to be on another call where this is occupied. So we're doing the best we can with one, but at an average price of about $17,000 a piece. It's not something that we have in our operating budget to go out and buy immediately. So this was the device. We researched and looked into the different opportunities out there, and this is the one that we have. This one was supplied to us through the generosity of the University Hospitals Foundation. They donated that to us, and they donated many of them to other organizations in our area. It's called the Lucas II chest compression device or system, and the basic idea here is in the back of an ambulance while riding down the road and trying to get to the hospital as quickly as you can, it's very challenging for a human to do CPR effectively, consistently for that 15, sometimes 20-minute trip to the hospital, depending on where you're at in Hudson. So this device allows it to be hands-off. All the chest compressions are done mechanically by the device, and it also allows that crew member that is getting exhausted doing the CPR to be doing other things. There are so many things we have to do. We have to put the tube down your throat to give you oxygen. We have to breathe for you with the bag to send that oxygen down there, start an IV, give you medications, potentially defibrillate you to shock you back to life. All those things that we have to do potentially, and when there's only possibly 2 of you in the total squad makeup that day, one's driving the truck. That puts 1 person in the back of the ambulance. This gives you that flexibility of having that person be able to do all those other things. Almost every situation we're able to have 4 on the ambulance, but this gives us that opportunity where if it's a third call, 2 first crews are out on other calls, and this is a third call, we're down to just a couple people. This is very, very helpful to be able to do CPR. So we're going to do just a quick demonstration. This is how it works in real life. Scott, go ahead. Larry? You turn on the device, you come in, you've confirmed that the patient is not breathing and has no heartbeat. You're doing CPR while the crew is setting up the device. You put the backing plate underneath the patient. That's what secures the pump device to the person. It kind of pulls it in. You center that after you get it clicked in. You center the patient underneath, or actually the device over top of the patient, so it is positioned in the correct place, and you turn it on. That's all there is to it as far as getting started. It is a suction cup device, so it kind of secures it to your chest. We now have a couple straps that go around behind the neck to keep it in place, but once you position that, turn it on, it goes. And that can run for up to 5 hours without any kind of a problem. We have spare batteries. It's battery operated, obviously. We keep this unit charged up in one of our vehicles. And that's all. That's as simple and as fast as it goes. To be able to have that, now if you imagine the other opportunity, you've got a person leaned over, not seat belted, in the back of an ambulance, speeding down the road, doing curves and our potholes in Northeast Ohio and everything that you have to do. You're now doing CPR. The danger to that rescuer, by not being belted if there's an accident, they're going to fly into, if there's another rescuer in the back, they're not being able to be effective because they're hanging on with one hand, so they're trying to do one-handed CPR. This device does it all for you. So that's really all we're asked to come here to do today. So if anyone has any questions, I'm happy to answer them. But this is truly what we're here asking for. Yes?
Gary, how long have you had that, and how often have you used it?
We have not had that very long. We got that last year as a donation, like I said, from University Hospitals. Interestingly, we received that about 8 o'clock at night on a Tuesday, and Wednesday morning about 7:30 we had our first full arrest that it was used. So we're fortunate that in Hudson, even though we have about 1,300 EMS calls a year, we don't have that many full arrest people that need CPR, but on an average year, we could potentially use that 50 to 60 times in a year's time. So it all depends on how many cardiac arrests that you have. Since then, I don't know, Larry, if you have a number. Last I saw, it was 18 or 20 times in the first year that we actually put it on a patient to use it. So it hasn't been overused, but it's been very, very successful in getting us in a position to be able to get the patient to the hospital.
Is there a limitation on the age?
There is no limitation on the age as far as it's size related, really. You can have an infant that is too small to be able to do it, so it's not age driven, but it is driven by size. Yes?
Is it actually better than a human doing it?
To be very honest, yeah, all due respect to our wonderful EMS members, yes, it is. It is more consistent. It is the rate. People seem to slow down as they get tired, and this is consistent, and it goes every time. The depth that it goes is always exactly the same, and so we can set that on the patient, and it goes, and there's no fluctuation. So it truly is better than a person.
Chief Jerry, thank you so much.
Thank you, Gail.
Thank you all.
Thank you, everyone.
The Gaelic committee had the privilege of having that demo when we were determining who our featured beneficiaries would be, and to us it was just like, oh my gosh, this is fabulous, absolutely fabulous. Evan McCauley is up and going to do a little bit of explaining on things, and then we're going to have the final video if it works. Thank you.
And just a little bit of explaining. Everything should be pretty easy for you to go out into the community and have pride in our event and the good that we're doing here. Thank you, Bob, for sharing about Gift of Life. Thank you, Chief Barnes, and Catherine, thanks for sharing about the scholarship recipient. So those presentations, those are really the why for why our committee puts this together, why us as a Rotary group does this, why we go out in the community and solicit gifts and advertisements, and why we put together an excellent and memorable event each year. So that's the why. That's all that really matters there. What we have prepared for you is a letter that's going to be sent out to a list of donors on your behalf. It mentions that you, individually, your name, will contact them in the future about the event to tell them all the details, ask them how they can be involved, whether that's a gift, advertisement, sponsorship. So that letter is going to be sent out today. You all have forms in your folders, and on these forms are the donor, the contact information for the donor, and the past history, so the gifts that they've given in the past. It gives you a good idea if you're talking to them. Hey, you gave this last year. We're hoping that you might be able to double or triple that this year. No, just kidding. But basically, all these have been laid out. If you need a blank copy or if you have any questions, contact your team captain, and they will have all of the information and resources that you might need. So work very closely with your captain if you have any questions. With the contact information that's on there, if it's outdated or old or there's missing pieces, if you could just fill that in as you contact them and talk with them, that will help us in years to come. And other than that, just bring in the gifts to the Rotary group here. What's the deadline?
Deadline is the middle of April.
Middle of April is the deadline. So we got.
Question from Roseanne.
When you send out the letters, how will we know as a solicitor that the gift may have come in? Will it go directly to you guys, or where does the gift go, and how will we know about it?
That's a good question. Ron Strobel and Gail might receive a handful of gifts because their name is on the letter. In the event that that happens, we will work with you as the team captain to make sure that you're aware of that. So if any gifts on your team come in to Gail or Ron, we'll let the team captains know.
And Evan's maintaining the full database too, so we will know. We will know.
So other than that, just have fun with this. I've got one of my sheets up here in particular. It's Farinacci Pizza, and I'd never been there. And last year I called. His name's Dave Janotka, the owner of Farinacci Pizza, and walked in there, and we talked for probably 45 minutes to an hour. He shared his life story with me. I got to know him. He got to know me, and that's what it's all about. Just go out, get to know these awesome people in the community, and they'll be more than willing to help us out. Lynn?
With this blank sheet, if there's someone that we think might be a contact, like I might have a contact, should I ask you if they've already been contacted?
Right. Evan's got the database, so he'll know it might be on someone else's list.
Right.
And
Good question.
Good question. With that, just err on the side of asking them.
Well, I don't want to be a pest.
Right.
Have someone go, I've already been contacted.
Right.
Yeah, we don't want to annoy. I hear you.
Should the check go to Hudson Rotary Foundation? And to whom?
Oh,
is
for the
the check?
tickets? The tickets, Hudson Rotary Foundation.
So
And you're going to give it to Tom Page.
Give it to Tom Page.
Right.
How many people at a table? 8 or 10?
Tables of 10. Yes. Okay. Thank you very
Thank you.
much, Evan. And can we, yes, Jay?
Did you tell
I can tell them.
Just tell them.
I'm still here.
Could you get you to use the microphone? No, use the microphone.
Would you please take one of the auction booklets from the table, even though it might be 2014? Take it and use it in your kit. Thanks.
Yeah, it's just, it's a good way to show people what we've been doing when you're soliciting. Mr. Field, we're ready for our final video. Okay, several years ago, everyone, we stepped up the gala. In fact, it wasn't even called a gala. It was the Rotary Reverse Auction, and we were down at Tadaro's. We elevated it. Well, we're taking it up one more step, so here's our big surprise. We are going to do it this year with mobile bidding. Run it, James.
At Auctions by Cellular, our mission is to create positive change by partnering with organizations to help them leverage our technology to exceed their fundraising goals. We offer user-friendly technology that automates your auction, letting guests bid with their own cell phone. In fact, we can open up your auction to allow anyone to bid from anywhere in the world on their smartphone, tablet, laptop, or desktop computer. Before the event, we provide easy-to-use online tools to plan your auction. Our experienced event planners give personal support along with great fundraising ideas and tips. On the day of the event, we streamline the fundraising process so you can enjoy focusing on your donors. Our team expedites registration and checkout so there are no delays for your guests. During the event, active fundraising is boosted in a fun and friendly way that makes it easy for guests to participate. They bid and receive updates instantly on their cell phones. We also integrate seamlessly with any live auction and fund the neat aspects of your event. Our checkout process is flawless and fast. Donors can pay directly through their phones, so they won't need to wait in any lines. Our team can quickly process large sums of money, typically completing all transactions within 15 minutes of the auction's close. After the event, we provide detailed financial analysis and reports. You'll come away with a fundraising success story and a list of donor names and numbers for you to use in future campaigns. At Auctions by Cellular, we've run more mobile bidding events than anyone else. We're experts in how to raise money with electronic auctions. Simply put, we've got your back, start to finish.
Okay, so James, you can shut that off. So we're moving into the 21st century here with electronics. Mobile bidding using your own personal smartphone. And so what that means is that we will no longer have those paper tickets where you have to fill out in $10 increments. There's no more checking to see if you've been outbid. I know my wife kept getting up from the dinner table to run out to see if somebody outbid her. And I know you're going to be disappointed. No more standing in line with the Boy Scouts to get your sheets and then to make a payment. It's all going to be on your cell phone. So the process, basically the process works. As you walk in, you register, if you haven't registered in advance, but you registered and you will get, provide your credit card at the time of registration. You will then get a link, which we will send a text to your smartphone. You'll press that on, and you'll be online to our mobile bidding website. All of our gifts will be on there. You can scroll down, see a picture of the gift, and you can go ahead and place your bid. As you're walking around the gala or sitting at dinner, you'll receive a notice, an update, if you have been outbid. And at that time, you can increase your bid if you want. At the end of the evening, just like Amazon, look at your shopping cart, press pay, and you're paid. You then use your smartphone. There'll be a receipt on there. Then use your smartphone, and we'll go up to the Boy Scouts and say, well, here's the items that I have, and they will provide you with those items. So I know it's a little complicated, maybe. You know, we will have another training session. We will have a more detailed training session at the meeting on May 4th for you. We'll actually have a live demo where you can actually use your phone. Roseanne.
Yes, oh yes. Yeah, there will be a
yes.
team here on May 4th, and we've already had demos. We've practiced it. The committee has. It's a blast.
Yeah.
It really is a blast. It was so much fun. Yes. They will be there that night,
yes.
and if no one has a smartphone, they will be there to assist.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Exactly. They will, that's part of their, the package that we're paying for.
They have
Yeah.
tablets, and they will, if you don't have a smartphone, they will bid for you. If you can't, you say, I want that item, they'll
Jim?
place a bid.
I just wanted to add that I just had the experience going to the Toast of Hudson.
Hudson, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And they used a similar company, not this
Correct.
company, but I'm assuming it's probably one.
Just, we interviewed both of them.
And the way that process worked there was, when you bought your tickets, you filled out your email address. Then they will send you an email, which invites you to download their app. I'm assuming that's.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We've had the same thing, yes.
Yeah.
That app on your phone. to all
Right.
work.
Right.
And I was
So,
very-
was it scary?
Well, I was about to say, I was very leery at the beginning, but I'll have to admit, I bought the tickets, put my email address, they sent me an email, I downloaded the app, and then you're just kind of waiting. But even before the auction, those items will be on your phone.
Yes.
If they load them.
Yeah.
In
So-
other words, 2 or 3 days before the auction, you'll be able to review all that stuff, and you could even make a bid on it.
You could bid on it even if you aren't able to attend
Yeah.
the event.
So I just wanted to point out that even though it was scary and I thought, oh my God.
Thank you.
But,
Initial reaction.
They were there with people to help those without cell phones. They answered questions for anybody wandering around, didn't know what to do. So it came off without a hitch, and at the end of it, boom.
Yeah.
It was paid
Yeah,
for,
the
you checked
checkout.
everything. You showed them your phone to show that it was paid for, and away you went. It was
Great.
Yeah, I was just going to echo Jim's comment. I was at the Toast of Hudson, and it worked seamlessly, flawlessly, and it was a great experience. It actually made the evening a lot more enjoyable.
It makes it more social.
Yes, you'll have more time to socialize.
Yeah.
Make certain that you charge your phone in advance.
Yes.
But we'll have the complete demonstration on May 4th. So everybody will come with their.
Yeah, actually, a suggestion, we should have charging stations.
Yeah, right.
Yes, we'll bring a couple of charges, yeah.
Good idea. All right. Thank you all very, very much.
And as a matter of fact, if you look at your ticket, when you fill out that stub, we do ask you for your cell phone number and your email address. So, good. So thank you. Thanks, Gail. Yeah.
Is it possible to have that gift of life thing put on the website so that I could show it to people? The presentation
I think so.
that they made on the-
Sure. Sure. Sure.
It's a good sales pitch.
Okay, so Gail, thank you, Evan, Jay, Catherine, for putting this presentation on today. Excellent. And Evan, yes. Thank you. So another exciting meeting next week. March the 9th is going to be the four-way speech contest. And Jim Ahern and his team have been, last night we saw some Western Reserve students, and I think tonight, right? You're going to Hudson High School. So we'll have the winners of those. We'll have 4 students here next week. So also next week is a board meeting, and everyone is welcome to attend. So Mimi, thanks for being a greeter today. Thanks our AV setup team, Tom Page, Tom Tobin was here this morning, James Field always, John Hairston always, and Ron Barnhouse.